Hi, this Bram Tech Talk video is about the Google Analytics 4 Data API, how to get data from it with a Python script in Google Colab and extract the data, put it in an Excel file on your Google Drive. So for this tutorial you do not need any programming experience because I'm going to walk you through all the steps. You can use the tutorial online. I will put a link in the description, or just download the Google Colab file and copy paste everything. But for now we are going to start from scratch. So first thing you need is a website. So this is my website and you need Google Analytics 4 installed on it. This is my Google Analytics 4. So the next thing we are going to do is configure the Google Cloud Console. Just Google Google Cloud Console and then you will end up here. You do not need any activation or trial period started. Just click on console. It should be here on the right top. Eventually you will end up here. So if you do not end up here, you click on Cloud Overview and this is what you will see. Next thing you need to do is create a new project. So click on select project, new project. So we need a name for the project. It's for this, for example, GA4 extract data. Do not fill in an organization. Click on create and the project will be created. So my project is created and the next thing we are going to do is enable the API for analytics. So go to APIs and services. You'll see this dashboard. Click on enable APIs and services and we will search for analytics. Then you will need this one, the Google Analytics Data API. Click on it, enable, and that's the next step. Once the Google Analytics Data API is enabled, we will need to configure the authentication. So next thing we do is go to credentials and we are going to add a service account. Manage service account, and here we will create a new service account. So the name would be GA4 service account, for example, and we are going to create this one. For the role, we don't need a specific role, we can just continue and click on done. So what we got here is the service account being created. The next thing we need to do is download the credentials. So go to keys and here we have to add new keys. The JSON type is okay. Click on create. What you see here is the key is created in a JSON file and your computer already downloaded as well. So this JSON file contains all the credentials you are going to need to access the Google Analytics 4 API later. But first we are going to see what's in the JSON file. Open it in your favorite text editor. I'm going to display it here. So what you see here is your project, the keys, and this little part is important because this is the email address of the service account. So you need to copy this one, the whole email address, copy it, then go to Google Analytics, the admin, and then on the property level you are going to add a new user. So we are going to add the service account as a user and the yeah, the rule viewer is okay for now. So add the user and you'll see that the rights are properly assigned at the moment. Next, we are going to prepare our Google Drive. So this is my drive. I'm going to create a new folder for my Google Analytics 4 data, GA4 data. That's how I'm going to call it. So, and in this folder, I'm going to copy or upload the JSON file. So it should be in your download folder right now, and I'm going to drag and drop it to here. So my JSON file is uploaded in my folder on Google Drive. So all the preparations are done now. Next, we are going to Google Colab. So just Google Colab or go to colab.research.google.com. You will end up here. This is Google Colab. Google Colab allows you to run Python scripts. So basically we are going to create a new notebook. Instead of rewriting all the code, like I already did, it's better to just download the notebook I created for you. We are going to walk through the notebook, but what you can do is go to my website Bram Tech Talk and just follow the link, or it might be in the description, and otherwise you can use this one. Just type this over in your address bar and you will end up on this this notebook. So basically what I'm going to do is click on runtime run all, so it reruns all the cells. Well, actually the modules are already installed, so it's finished quite quickly. What you also can do is click on the first cell and then go with shift enter from cell to another cell. But what I'm going to do is walk you through the code. So everything with a hashtag before it's comment, so it's not actual code, it's comment, so to explain some things. The first comment is a link to the official documentation for the library, and the second link is for the dimensions, all the dimensions and metrics available. So it's quite a list, but it's useful to have. So with the first cell it installs the module needed, Google Analytics data. With the second cell it imports all the modules needed, so the previously installed modules and also Pandas OS, and a module needed to mount your Google Drive. In the next cell we are going to mount the Google Drive itself and list the content. So you will get a message like Google Colab needs to access your Google Drive data. Is that alright with you? Then you have to click on accept, continue, and eventually you will see here a list of all the files and folders on your drive. Then next, you remember I created the folder GA4-data before in my drive. So now we are going to list the content of that drive. What you can see here is the JSON credentials file. This one is very important because we are going to copy this one with Ctrl C. I'm going to copy it, and then here you define the credentials. So you need to be sure that this one is correct, that the folder path is correct and the file name to the credentials is correct. Next, I define the property ID for my Google Analytics profile. In Google Analytics, if you go to the top, you click on the bar, and then you see here your project and your property. and it's this number we are going to use. So as you can see, it's the same as here. Next, we are going to get the data from the API. So what you can see here is we do a run report request with the property ID set in the variable over here, and then we would like to have the dimensions. This is a list of dimensions. In this case there are only two, like city and country, which you can easily make more dimensions by extending the list with comma and then do the same dimension, name is equals, and so on. For metrics we only have two at the moment, like active users and sessions, and the date range is start date. Well, this is start date until today, but you can also do yesterday or define a actual date. For example, this. So there are several ways to get it to work. Then it says run report, and it saves it into a response. The response looks a little bit like this, or actually it looks like this, but it's not really readable for humans. So I created another small function. I rewrote the original sample function from the Google Analytics 4 documentation. So it actually transforms the response, the previous response, it transforms it to a data frame. So it's a table we can easily read, and in the last cell we are going to export this table to an Excel file on the Google Drive. So eventually you will end up here on your Google Drive and see that there's an Excel file with the content. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was very helpful for you.